Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about teaching the learning languages in 21st century. And my name is Mukash Aralam. I'm from the IA 71 group. Now let's start it. First, let's talk about the language. So how do you understand this term? Language, this is plays a vital role in human communication, and it's a vital part of human communication, and all species have their ways to communicating, but even though humans are the only ones that have mastered their cognitive language communication, and language allows us to share our ideas, thoughts, and feelings with others. It has the power to build societies but also tear them down. So it may seem obvious, but if you're asking yourself, why is important the learning language? By the way, why is the language important? Let's answer this question. So you will have to break it down to truly understand why. Language is what makes us human. It's how people communicate. By learning a language, it means you have mastered a complex system of words, structure, and grammar to effectively communicate with others. Let's have a look at these main reasons about why language is important. So first, culture and society. Uh, Language is important to culture and society. Language helps us to express our feelings and thoughts that is unique to our species because it's a way to express unique ideas and customs within different cultures and societies. By learning a foreign language, you can understand ideas and the thoughts that may be different from your own culture. You can learn customs and how people interact in a given society. Language helps preserve cultures, but it also allows us to learn about others and spread ideas quickly. The next reason, business. Language is important to business. The importance of language in business is unmatched. Without language here, you can't share ideas and grow them into something more. Whether this means learning a foreign language so you can share ideas with people who come from a different country, or simply learning how to use language to master an interview. The next, language is important for individuals and develop. Humans all learn to talk at slightly different times, and observing when a child starts to use language can be indicative of how well they are developing. But this does not just apply to children, it also applies to young children who is learning a second language in the school. That is different from the learning their mother tongue. And also this applies to adults learning a second language, or even those who lost the language due to some type of accident, and they are working on it to recover this. And also language is important for personal communication too. A lot of human communicates in a non-verbal way. Non-verbal way means we sometimes communicate or demonstrate our thoughts, feelings by our gestures, expressions, tones, emotions, but language is important for personal communication too. Whether it's being able to communicate or to talk with your friends, your partner, family, and having shared language is necessary for these types of interactions. Now, maybe you have heard about this term, international language. So what is international language? How do you understand this term? International language, or sometimes international auxiliary language, this is a language that is used for general communication among the nations of the world. So here I gave a list of the most spoken languages in the world. So among them you can see English, Chinese, Russian, Arabic, Portuguese, Spanish, and some languages that you might have never learned or you might have never listened about them. So now let's talk about language teaching in the 21st century. As we know, our world is growing up and more developing, and we are more getting depend on technologies, and we need more new methods, new skills, and teaching is apart from just teaching students for learning, teachers the 21st century teacher needs to be skilled with such kind of abilities like the collaborator, the model, the leader, the visionary, the leader, the communicator, learner, the adapter, and the risk taker. This is the main 21st century skills, and all teachers should gain them and should have the skills in their nature to nurture the children's. The next I'm going to talk about the language teaching methods. Um, Teaching language, this is the most important way, and we have several methods, and among them there are three best methods of teaching language, and they are direct method, audiolingual, and the grammar translation. So I will explain each of them. The first direct method is also known as the oral method. It's based on the active involvement of the student in both speaking and the listening to the new language. They will speak and listen their target language in everyday situation, and this process consists of the gradual acquisition of grammatical structure and vocabulary, and the learner is more encouraged to think in the target language rather than just translate it. So the grammar translation method. This method grew from the traditional method of teaching Latin and the Greek. It's based on analysis of the written language using translation exercises, reading comprehension, and written imitation of texts. It also mainly involves the mastery of grammatical rules. The next method is audiolingual method. This method, also known as oral method, the learning is based on repetition of dialects and phrases about everyday situations. These phrases are imitated, repeated, and drilled to make the response automatic. Reading and the writing are both reinforcements of what the learner practices. So here I hope I could understand all the information and everything was clear and understandable. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.